Hello everybody. Today we will be creating a base template for your blog posts. So if you have blogs or you have news and you would like to have a universal looking template that applies to every single new blogs that you have, this is the tutorial for you. So I'm gonna start by going to theme builder, as you can see right here. So if you see this, go to template and then click theme builder. Once you're in the theme builder, go to this tab and click single, and then you will be seeing this uh, you know display. So okay, so once you do that, you click add new single, and then you go click select. You choose um, single post, and then you name it whatever you like. So in this case, I'm just gonna say test block post template, as you can see. So I'm just gonna create template. Click that. Give it a few seconds to load, and now it's gonna give you all this uh, library ready to go if you choose to do so. But in this tutorial, I'm just gonna go ahead and click X, and we're gonna create it from the get-go, from the scratch. So you will see nothing. So what you want to do is, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new section, and then in this particular matter, I'm just gonna choose one column and one section. So as you can see, you got edit sections right here, and within that edit sections you have one column, as you can see. So now first thing first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a spacing. As you can see, the distance between the header and the actual content is really narrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button, and then I'm going to click scroll down a little bit, and then you see spacer, and that's what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to click, hold and drag and put it on top. So that gives me a default of 50 pixels height, as you can see, between top and bottom right here. So it gives you quite a bit of distance between the header and the actual content. And then we're going to go ahead and go back, click this button again, and then we're going to put in the title. So now typically in a regular page, I will just use this thing called heading, and that will be it. But since this post title is dynamic, meaning that the actual title changes depending on the blog post that you make, I will rather choose this one called post title. So as you can see, it's under the single sections. So everything that you have here correlates to the blog post that you make. So before you go anything below that, the sections, I'll actually suggest you to use all these widgets first and see if you like them. So okay, so I'm gonna click post title. I'm gonna click hold and drag, and I'm gonna put it below the spacer that I created. So as you can see, it says test blog post template. Leave it as it is, because this will change depending on your blog posts. So, and then again, the HTML tag is H1, which is what we recommend, because H1 is how Google see the theme, the title of that blog post. So if you want to change the look, you can always go to style. You can change the color if you like. Let's say if I want to change it to red or pink, I'm just gonna choose random color, as you can see, and then that's that. So that's the color. Let's say if the font is too big or it's too small, so you can click this typography, and you can change it to how big you want that header to be. So that's one way to do it. And by the way, if you don't like the way it looks, you can always click this link back to default. And but if you want to keep it, that's fine. Text shadow, if you want to have a shadow on your text, as you can see, just by enabling it, it has a little a shadow right on top. You can increase or reduce the blur. So you can see, the more you have, you cannot see the shades. But in this case, I'm just not going to use it because most most sites nowadays do not use this type of effect, especially on a blog post. So I'm just gonna click back to default, and it's back clean. So I'm gonna click publish for now just to save. Now on your first attempt, it will ask you this condition. So what you want to do is basically it will ask you, what do you want this template to be applied to? So I'm just gonna click add condition, and I will include, instead of all singular, I'll say just all posts. As you can see, if I'll just click this, I'll just click post because that's what we want to focus on. If you choose all singular, it will choose every single thing that use, basically it will show on the pages, it will show on, your home page, it will show everywhere basically, and you don't want that. You want it to be specifically your news, your blog post. So let's click that, and yes, in all blog posts, not specific. So I will say save and close. And by the way, once you have determined where you want this template to be applied to, and basically it will never ask that question again unless if you want to change it. If you want to change it, go back here, click this button, and you can click the display condition, and it will pop this up again, and then you can change it. So by the way, you can have multiple. Let's say if you don't want this template to be applied on the home page, but you want it to be applied on posts and regular pages, with the exception of homepage. I'm going to show you how to do it. So include, I'll say pages, I say all, but I will not include the homepage. So let's say include, I'm going to change it to exclude. I'm going to go, let's see, pages. Oh, actually exclude front page, and that's it. So basically, if I choose this setting, it will show up on posts, it will show up on pages, but it will not show up on the front page, usually the home page. So that's how to do it. Anyway, I'm just gonna click this out and click save and close again. Excuse me. Now let's put in where you want to put in the content. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this button again. And as you can see, excerpt would be kind of like the little summary that you have, like if you have a blog post and, let's say if I'm going to go to Google for now. Let's say if I'm going to go to YouTube videos. So as you can see, this is what you call excerpt. This is what you call excerpt. So technically, in this particular scenario, you do not need it. So I'm just going to leave this one alone because in this template, you want it to be the actual content. So by doing that, so what you want to do instead, you want to choose the post content. So click, hold and drag and put it here. Now, right now it doesn't really say anything. And it's using test blog post template, for now. Don't worry about it because it will change depending on the content that you put in your blog post. Again, you can change the typography if you like. So let's say instead of that, you want to choose maybe 18 pixels. I wonder why it doesn't change it. I guess it's a little bug. Let me actually delete this and let me try again. So I'm just going to put post content. Okay, so it doesn't change it, but I can assure you when it's done, it will show the accurate font size. So I'm gonna change it to 18 pixel for now. Weight 500, and the text color right now is gray. I'll change it to just pure black. So as you can see, 00000, which is the actual code, as you can see here. So I'm gonna click update. So this is going to be the location of your blog post. So And then let's say if you have a feature image, kind of like, let's say if we go to a regular blog post, usually they have a thumbnails. Actually, it's not here, so, but anyway, I can actually put a feature image, maybe over here. Now, right now it's a default Levant, but then again, it will change depending on your assign featured image. So I'm just gonna go to feature image, leave it as it is, and click full. Okay. So now, as you can see, it looks kind of messy at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create two columns. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate. I'm gonna put the featured image one to the right, and I'm gonna put the text to the left. Now, right now, as you can see, we have one section and one column. So there are two ways to do this, and I recommend to choose the now. Okay, the first option is to create another section, but instead of having one section and one column, it will be one section and two columns. Now, since the actual content will be the highlight of the page, the post, I'd rather use this instead. So it's two column, but the left column has a little bit more real estate than the one on the right, and which is going to be for the featured image. So I'm going to click this, and then as you can see, this is one section and two columns. First column, second column. So I'm going to move this one, the actual content, to the left. So click, hold this area right here, and then click, hold, and drag it, and put it here. So again, don't worry about how this actually looks. Don't, because again, it will change by the time you put in the actual content. So, and then I'm going to use this image right here. I'm going to move it, click, hold, and drag it, and put it right here. As you can see, it highlighted. So now basically what happened is you have two options. Okay, so you have first section and the second section. So, and I think this is a cleaner way to do it. And the second option that you can do is to have intersection. So right now, in this particular section, you got one section and one column. So what you want to do is you want to create another section within that section and put it right below the title. So as you can see, you got one intersection, one column, and the second column. And then you can click, hold, and drag and put it here. And I'm gonna click and hold and drag and put it here. And again, you can change the width, as you can see. You can do that too if you like. But I'm gonna do it this way because the image is gonna be a lot smaller than the other one. But anyway, now there's a reason why I do not recommend this method. Is because you can only have one intersection within section. As you can see, this is a section, intersection. So once you have this intersection, you cannot go any deeper. So there will be a scenario in which you'll have to create an intersection within the section, and in this scenario you can't do it anymore because that's it, you maxed out. So I'm gonna give you a little demonstration. I'm gonna click this again, and then I'm gonna click, hold, and drag the intersection in this column within the intersection, and as you can see, nothing will happen. It will not allow me to do it. So that's the reason why. So I'll say, if you can, only use intersection if you absolutely need it. So if there's no other option. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this back to the new section that I just created, the two section. I mean, one section, one column. I'm gonna move it here, and I'm gonna delete that intersection that I just created. So okay, so now you have a blog title, you have the blog content, and you have the featured image. So let's go back again. A lot of the other stuff, you actually don't really need it. table of content will be kind of like a list of what you have within the blog post, but it's rarely used. Author, if you really want to highlight your author, you can do that too. So usually, if I were to do that, I'm just gonna use it, put it here. So, but it's not and then you can change the current author. You can do custom. I'm just gonna choose random image, as you can see. See if I'm gonna choose him. As you can see, you can actually do that too. So John Doe is a random name. You can H4 would be a prefer heading, and then if he has a Instagram, YouTube channel, or Twitter, you can put it here. Instagram, https instagram.com, and biography. Maybe he loved pizza. I don't know. Could be anything. He loved pizza and cookies. How's that? So as you can see, and then you can have an archive button. Let's say, but anyway, in this case, he doesn't have any archive button, so he doesn't have any particular posts. So we just made him up in this post. So we don't really need that. By the way, on the layout, you can also you can choose on the top. As you can see on the left, that will be the position of his image, as you can see over here. So, but usually what I will do is just left, or just unclick it. So basically, that will be the base look. You can also change it to center for the actual text. You can do left, right if you want. By the way, if you mix it up with the layout as well, as you can see, you can do that too. So yeah, it's kind of like a nice little way of adding a little introduction on your author in this particular matter. So you can even I believe and you can also change the image vertical line if you like. See, like in the middle, center, but in this case it doesn't really seem to change anything. You can do a border or a gap. See, you can add a little pizzazz. You can do border width if you like, and you can change the image size too. As you can see, you can make it big, you can make it small, anything you like, but I'm just gonna leave it blank by clicking delete. As you can see, it goes back to the original size. So yeah, so basically that will be the author, but this will be an optional if you like to add it. So as you can see, profile picture, I can just click delete. So but then again, but in this matter, I'm just gonna delete it for now. So again, you also have a post comments if you allow people to post comments on your blog. But I actually recommend you not to use this at all. If you like to include some sort of a commentary on your blog post, I recommend using external plugins such as Discuss. That will be the kind of thing that you want to use, because Discuss has its own filtering system, anti-spamming, and they have their own policy when it comes to harassment and inappropriate content. So you don't have to do all that stuff. So that's something that I recommend. Everything else, if you have a post navigation, let's say if you have multiple posts and you say, oh, okay, I want to check out our next post. As you can see, it has a previous and it has a next. Basically, we haven't created anything next yet. So if you want people to be able to kind of toggle between blog posts, go to the next one, go to the previous one, you can actually do that too if you like. But yeah, so anyway, that will be the tutorial for actually, let me actually just delete this one. Actually, it's not completely done yet, so my apologies. So okay, so let me click update, and then let's go to so once I click this update, I'm going to go to the posts, as you can see, I'm actually on a different tab right now. So as you can see, I'm changing tabs. So, but I'm gonna create a new post under post, all posts, and add new post. As you can see, you'll see all these things. You can click X, and for the okay, so I'm gonna create a random task post, and then I'm gonna type in hello for 5, and I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste it a few times, and then I'm gonna create another one. I'm just gonna random stuff, and then I'm gonna create another paragraph. As you can see. Okay, so that's done. And then I'm gonna click the document, as you can see right here. And then I'm gonna go click the featured image, because as you can see, hold on a second, let me change the tab, just not to confuse you. We want to set up the featured image right here. So what you want to do is, and then, so I'm gonna go back to that previous tab. I'm gonna click this one. As you can see, I'm just gonna choose him again. And I click the blue button right here. Set featured image. Okay, so he has his picture here. And then you choose the category. Right now we don't have any, so I'm just gonna click on categorize. And yeah, so let's click publish. And he will ask you, are you ready to publish? Yes, publish it. So now, if I go back to, okay, so it's done. So now I'm going to go back to the WordPress right here. So I'm going to see all the posts. I'm going to click the view, and I'm going to open it in a new tab. So again, hold on a second. There you go. Automatic. So all the stuff that I've just put, and as you can see, the title said for what it is, and that's the that's his face right there. So yeah, so now every time you create a brand new post, so let's say you create another post, so I'm gonna do the same thing, but this is a random post 2. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do random text again as usual. Then another paragraph as usual. Okay, so now that's done. Again, I'm gonna click the document right here, and I'm gonna click on categorize for now. By the way, you can add a new category if you wish, but in this demo, I'm just gonna click on categorize for now, because this is a demo. I'm gonna choose Ryan for now, so I'm gonna click his photo instead, and click this blue button right here. And then he got his picture ready to go, and just click publish. And yes, I'm ready to publish it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to the actual list to see the list. As you can see, that's the new one I just created. I'm gonna view it on the new tab again, and hit refresh, and that's it. So there you go. So now, and the cool thing about the whole thing is that, let's say if you don't like this look anymore, and let's say I want to change it. I want to change it to blue. I want to change. I want to make this gray or something like that. Or I want to change the position. You do not need to go to individual pages anymore. Individual posts. You can simply go back to the template that we just made, and you can just kind of mix it up. You can. I'm just gonna put it here, and I'm gonna click and hold, and I'm gonna put it here. You can change it any way you like. So let's say if I right click on this one, edit post title, and I'll change it to blue, and click update. So now let's go back to the previous post that I just made. So I'm gonna click reload. Hold a second. There you go. Automatically change. So, and if I'm just gonna do the same thing here. Hold a second. Reload again, second time. There you go. So then again, this is why if I were to go to the, let's see, again, so if I go to template, theme builder, and then I click single, and I'm gonna create, oh, I think it's single post, my apologies. Again, this is it. So yeah, having this is very convenient for you in the future when it comes to creating new blogs or new blog posts or new what do you call it, news. So anyway, if you find this video very useful, feel free to click like and subscribe, and click the bell notification button. If you have any questions, make sure you post a question down below, and we'll help answer the questions. So have a nice one. Peace out.